in FNAF, most of the games you play as Michael Afton, who's Springtrap's son, who's working to undo the evils performed by his father. Who would Uki's son be, and who would work to try and undo the evils committed by Uki Violet?
Hear me out. Yo, he's the protagonist.
What the fuck?
He's the cheerful guy protagonist. He is the general everyman.
Wait, I have a question about the lore.
Yes.
Did that son die? Because I played Security Breach, and I didn't understand the ending. I thought he died.
Well, no, that's not Michael.
That's
That's Gregory. So the theory is that in one of the games where you play as Michael, at the end, Michael dies. But in Security Breach, that big pizzaplex is built on top of the location where Michael Afton died, and it's believed that his soul, like the souls of the rest of the kids inhabited animatronics, his is in Glamrock Freddy, the Freddy who is your friend. And the reason why he helps you is the game theory is that the kid, Gregory, looks a lot like his younger brother, who is the one who was eaten by Fredbear at the beginning that caused William Afton to become a killer. And so Michael Afton is like, okay, now I have a chance to protect my brother, and so he becomes your friend.
Is that the fight of 87?
83, actually, but close.
I never knew about that part of lore.
So yeah.
The amount of times I've heard Vox say FNAF lore and I've just automatically tuned it out because I've heard it so many times.
I know, right?
Just like blank stare. I'm like, well, there's Vox going in another spiel
It was so many
months
months ago. The first time you asked me about like what is the difference between the two bites, and I was like, oh, glad you asked.
I remember like back early on, like it used to be a thing that anytime people would talk about or just mention FNAF, Fox would just jump in the collab like, hey.
It's like, okay, well, so listen, right? I don't really know.
We're listening.
Never mind. Shut up.
We're listening.
We're listening. Come on, Vox.
It all began in the early 1970s with a guy called William Afton. He and his best friend Henry Emily had a plan to open a chain of pizzerias by saving money on creating animatronics with this invention called a spring-lock suit. The spring-lock suit is a hybrid between...
Wait, I actually want to know the lore, though.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so they create these spring-lock suits. The spring-lock suits are able to doubly function as an animatronic and a suit for a person to wear. This way, they don't need to create multiple animatronic suits that sort of resemble each other, so employees can wear the suits by cranking away at the animatronic innards and then getting inside. However, this was a very cheap and very ineffective way of doing this, and they were trying to save money. So a little while later, Michael Afton, who is William Afton's oldest son, is torturing and sort of like bullying his younger son. The younger son gets bullied, basically goes to have his birthday party at the Fazbear Pizzeria, and then the kids bully him. They load him into the mouth of one of the animatronics, and then there's a failure of the springlock mechanic, and his jaw clamps shut and kills the kid. And so then the dad, William Afton, who is the man behind the slaughter, is driven like insane by this, and he's like, okay, well fuck it, I'm gonna try it. He tries to basically bring his son back to life, and he does this by just killing a load of other kids and trying to use the soul energy to like bring the other kids back to life and all of that kind of stuff. And then he sort of kills a load of kids, and all of those kids, after they die, their souls go into the other animatronics like Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica. And then after that, Michael Afton is like, all right, I have to undo the evil my father is doing, and so thus begins the story of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow, I didn't understand that from the games.
Yeah, they don't really tell you in the games. You got to kind of like watch MatPat tell you.
But hey,
I don't think Solene's face is even tracking anymore. I think she's left the room.
No.
Back to bed.
That was poor commitment. Like you could see Solene's eyes moving, but she kept her mouth solid.
I like how you like was the same face as me too at one point.
I kept it up for like 15 seconds, and I was like, "This is too wide of a smile for me."
This lore is so deep.